Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. We're at Webster Hall for the 60th Annual OBIE Awards, and I caught up with many of this year's winners on the red carpet. How cool is this?
I mean, it's the most important thing. I've been 11 years ago. I stage managed. This is my first gig right after graduation. I feel like I've actually made it.
And for you?
I have been wanting an OBIE award for my entire career. This is the only award that means anything to me.
These are really cool. Look at this thing, right? Hold this thing up. Look at that, right?
I mean, we're over the moon.
It's so exceptional, and to be recognized for the whole body of work is just incredible. It's everything we stand for.
Did you forget to thank anybody? Is it surreal up there?
It is surreal up there. You know, I was like, I have this list, and then I forgot to pull it out.
Do it at BroadwayWorld. We have millions of people that watch us. So who do you want to thank?
I just want to thank everyone who's sort of been with me in the process. You know, I mean, especially the people who teach you how to be an actor, the directors I've worked with when I was in Chicago for the longest time. And you know, Chicago theater is so much like off-Broadway work, where you're talking about being in the lab and sort of deconstructing plays and tearing things apart and arguing with the playwright and the director, you know, having the right to do that. So just, you know, the people who've sort of helped me have that in my career. And, you know, I think I mentioned my family and my wife and all that. So yes, definitely want to make sure that's in there. But I just, it's really surreal being up there, you know?
You know, you're all actors. I mean, I've spoken to everybody at every, no, but what I mean is everyone says, I can be a character, but it's so hard to go up there when you have like 30 seconds to say what it means when, you know, theater families are put together with a director and a family, and you're in the trenches together and you work on this thing that you put out there 8 times a week or whatever. And no one really understands what that process is like.
Yeah. I mean, it is weird, isn't it? You go up there and you feel the most naked I've ever felt, you know? And I've like actually been almost naked on stage, you know, and this felt even more like revealing, and I was like, okay. And so I think it's because the importance of trying to find the right people to say the right things to, and getting that opportunity finally to express something to them that maybe you haven't had in the past.
When you spend 8 hours in a room working on a character, that's easy because you have something to work on, you can focus on. Rarely are you asked to spend 8 hours working on yourself. And so.
How cool is this?
It's unbelievable. It's a surreal experience. I've always wanted one, and now I have one. Yay.
You've never gotten one?
I've never gotten one. This is my first award ever.
Are you serious?
I was a virgin, and now I'm not anymore.
Well, we're thrilled. We're
Me
thrilled
too.
beyond belief.
Me too. It was everything I dreamed of and more.
This was such a beautiful production,
Thank
punk
you.
rock. What was it like working on this show?
It was amazing, and tragically in my speech I forgot to thank the playwright, so
We'll do it here at BroadwayWorld. Go
I can
ahead.
say now that Simon Stevens is one of my favorite people I've ever collaborated with. He's a genius, so it was a dream because of him.
I love this.
Thank you very much. I was wearing it already anyway, and I just thought, well, it's going to be great for tonight.
I'll sing back tonight.
Exactly.
It's a big night. Tell me what's happening, Michael.
Well, this is I think it's the first year, isn't it, that the American Theatre Wing has co-produced the OBIEs with the Village Voice, and so the Theatre Wing asked if I would help them celebrate the 60th anniversary of the original off-Broadway production of Threepenny Opera at the Theatre de Lille. So we're doing myself and Joe McGinty from the Losers Lounge and Kimberly Kay, who's my erstwhile Loose Cattle partner. We're doing a trio version of Mac the Knife to celebrate with piano, banjo, and of course, kazoo.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How cool is this?
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
And you got it from this gentleman here. Tell me what this meant to you, giving him this award.
Well, you know, there were actually a bunch of us playwrights. We were sitting around the other day talking about Jim and Signature, and we talked about the fact that Jim has somehow managed to create a theater which adheres to sort of the original values of not-for-profit theater, which is writer-driven, which keeps ticket prices low, which is not concerned with enhancement money or moving shows to Broadway, and he put it on 42nd Street. And it proves that it can still happen, it can still be that dream of the American not-for-profit theater still alive.
This is pretty cool, right? Tell me.
It's fantastic. We're here at the OBIE Awards. We just won an OBIE.
Yes. We're very excited about that, and for all of the artists that this represents. So.
Yeah, I think that's really the big thing for us. Is this is such a labor of love, and all of the people that we've had a chance to work with over the years is what's driven the whole process for us. And so getting this OBIE is like, yeah, it's a big representation of what all those artists have meant to us. So.
Congratulations. What does it all mean to you?
Oh my goodness. Well, this is something I didn't get to say out there, so I'm going to say it here. This award means so much because of all of the people who've won it before and all of the people who are winning it tonight and all the people I know are going to win. It's just like such an incredible legacy of artists who've been a part of this award. So it's just like such an overwhelming honor to be included.
I'm a little bit late to the playwriting party, and if I thought that this would happen to my first production, I would have thought myself unwell. I really am just astounded by how rich our collaboration was.
So this is for sustained excellence. I mean, is tonight surreal? Tell me.
It is surreal because I was trying to figure out, like, do directors get sustained excellence? Like, I feel so, blown away by the fact that I've gotten a sustained excellence. I mean, this is my home, off-Broadway, off-Broadway. It's where I come from, so it's my family. So to be recognized in this way is astonishing.
How cool is this?
Really, really fantastic. I'm kind of speechless. I'm not good at these things at all, but I'm really grateful for it. It's great.
Did you forget to thank anybody on stage? Was it all surreal up there?
I think I thanked everyone that I wanted to, because I made a list and I was very boring up there because I wanted to make sure that I hit all the buttons. I didn't thank anyone personal because that's almost, I don't know how people do that at these things. Talk about your mom up there. It's just like, wow, how do you do that? I mean, it's hard enough to just say thank you, so that's pretty much all I did. And I don't think I left anyone out.
And tonight, I mean, holding this Obie in your hand.
I don't know. So weird. I don't know.
What was like being up on stage? Do you remember what your speech was?
No, and I'm actually panicking that I forgot to thank people or I don't know.
You know what? At BroadwayWorld, why don't you thank who you wanted to thank? Do you remember? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I want to thank Annie Kaufman, most of all, the cast, Brooke Bloom, Reed Birney, Miriam Silmer, the whole crew. Miriam's here tonight with us. I want to thank my family. I want to thank Rachel Viola. I want to thank Page 73, who produced the play. They're amazing. I want to thank Ken Rushmole and Jenny Schwartz and the Soho Rep Writer-Director Lab and Louisa Prosky, who all helped develop the play. I wrote the play a year ago. So it's really crazy. I finished it about a year ago. So it's really crazy to be here right now.
I love this bush. These are really cool, right?
Very cool. Very exciting. To double up. Didn't expect that,
So what does this all mean to you tonight and being a part of this?
It's very surreal. I've been coming to New York making work as a theater artist for a long time. So if this means thanks for coming, well, thanks for having me. That's my response to it. Thanks for having me. I'd love working here,
And talk about working on this piece, what it meant to you.
Oh, it's a long journey. We started in Dublin with the piece and have traveled around the world into Europe, around the UK, and came to America with it. So it's been a very strange play that people have had connected to and had faith in. So it's very encouraging that you can go far out and people will connect.
Congratulations. Tell me what this means to you.
Wow, that's a big question. I think to me it means 12 years of hard work being recognized from all of my dear friends and collaborators, people that touch my life every day, people that I share the journey of finding truth through the work. And, in the theater there are good days, there are bad days, but mostly there are really, really fulfilling good days. And I'm just thankful to be able to wake up and come to work and do something that I love so much with people that care about finding the truth. So.
These are great, right?
These are so great. I'm I'm shaking. That's so much harder than being in a play, going up and speaking with one's own voice.
I love to talk to actors. They're all like, I love playing a character, but it's hard for me just to be myself.
God,
when you get up there, right?
No, it's very vulnerable. Yeah, deeply vulnerable. This is this is amazing, and I'm actually, and I don't mean this as a cliche, I'm actually sort of speechless. So.
But just tell me what it was like working on this play.
This play, well, from the moment I read this play, I was really, really, really moved by it. But that, interestingly enough, doesn't mean that it was easy to find or put together. But what I respect so much about my collaborators was the process of just getting in there and mucking around and being not afraid to fail and flounder and duke it out a little bit, and it was a life-changing experience for me. I'm deeply grateful.
Tell me what this means to you coming from a theater and for this project.
I think it's really inspiring for all of us that worked on Prophetica with the very shoestring budget that we had and the limited time we had, and the way that people really poured themselves into this project. The composer Courtney Bryan, Justin Hicks, Kent Barrett, Mo. I did installation and costumes, and the 900 people that came in at the 25th hour and helped us throw it all together. So. Yeah, I think it was an intense labor of love, and it's inspiring for me to know that it produced this. So.
There's nothing like the theater community. Someone can give you $25 or $25,000, and you can create just as much with $25. And I'm sure you found that out with this, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We had a $500 budget for costumes and design, and so it was intense, yeah.
So this is pretty surreal then for winning on that kind of budget, right?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Lighting design. How did you get involved in lighting? What was the first show you designed in New York?
The first show I designed in New York was a musical, a commercial off-Broadway musical called I Sing. And it was underneath the Food Emporium. That was the first show I think I designed in New York, or one of them, maybe 15 years ago, possibly. I've been doing this a long time. I guess occasionally, there's a funny story, like occasionally people get these like 2 years out of grad school or something, but I've been doing this for a long time. Just turned 40 years old. I just got married, and I just got my Sustained Excellence OBIE, so I'm thrilled.
It's been a good time for you.
Great year. Yeah, but I've been doing this off-Broadway primarily and a little bit on Broadway for like 15 years, so it's really nice to be recognized for like a body of work.
Congratulations. How cool is that?
This is really very, very special. Very special. The first time I was here was as an ensemble member for Jitney, and we won, for Best Ensemble. And I was with all these other guys, and some of them are gone now, and I really feel like they're with me tonight. And this is so for my ensemble, for the company that we had, and for Stephen, so I'm just very thrilled.
And working on this play, what it's meant to you?
Oh, well, you have events and you think maybe you'll never work again. Everybody feels that way. I did that show and I'll never work again. And then this guy comes and says, no, I got this play that I don't want to do it without you. And he meant it. And so 3 years later, started with 12 pages. 3 years later, we got the play. He won the Pulitzer. I'm here. I get an OBIE. It's just a joy, Rich. It's just a joy.
Do you guys travel in a pack now?
Now? What is this 2005?
Always have, right?
Yes, it's been about a decade.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tell me what this all means to you guys. You all won for this. I mean, I ran into you the other day. I've run into all of you on every red carpet, but there's nothing like Hamilton. I mean, I was fortunate enough to see your show twice. So what the whole experience has been like working on this for you guys?
It's been an absolute dream. I love working with these guys, and it's just absolute pleasure creating something with them, so I'm just honored to be here with them.
Yeah, everybody's really at the top of their game, and we love going to work every day, and it's been great saying something that communicates so poignantly to people. It's been amazing.
Yeah, we got a good squad. Squad goals. As the kids say, squad goals.
It's like the Mod Squad. It's like the new version of the Mod Squad.
Well, the reality is you always want to do your best work, and when you're surrounded by people that want you to be better than you are, then that's the greatest push. And we represent, the four of us represent 50 people making the show, 100 people making the show. So this is for all of them. This is for what's about to happen and all the things that we've done. But it's obviously the best to be able to do it together.
Yeah.